What's up guys, Orain here. So the Apple Watch Series 5 came out about 8 months ago, and with a pretty good showing from the Series 4, it really didn't take much for Apple to convince new and upgrading Apple Watch users that the Series 5 was probably the way to go if you're looking for a new Apple Watch. But when you place the Series 5 against the Series 4 with a couple of slight upgrades and addition of a couple of new features, it was a lot tougher for Apple to kind of convince Series 4 users to shell out that extra cash to upgrade to the Series 5. When we did our initial review on the Series 5, we came to the conclusion that you're probably better off going with a Series 4 or sticking with a Series 4 if you already had one. Now, 8 months later, is that still the case? We're actually going to talk about that in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So right off the bat, let's do a quick spec rundown of the Series 5 Apple Watch. You have two different variants. You have a 40mm and a 44mm. It has the S5 processor with an always-on display. You have the choice of an aluminum, stainless steel, titanium, or ceramic finish. It does have an ECG sensor, a haptic digital crown, LTE or non-LTE options are available, and it's actually water resistant up to 50 meters. So the display of the watch itself is pretty awesome. You're getting that full screen, almost full screen display anyway, boxy design that you're used to with the Apple Watch. And the Series 5 measures in at about 10.7 millimeters thick. And this is basically the same design that you saw on Apple Watches going back to 2015. So the design hasn't changed that much, for better or worse. And the better part of it is that you're actually able to use any pre-existing Apple Watch bands that you have from any old Apple Watches that you own. So that's actually a benefit for the design of the watch itself not changing too radically, is if you have a previous Apple Watch and you have a band that you just really love, you can actually transfer that over to the new Apple Watch. But overall, the display is super responsive, and with 1,000 nits of brightness, everything just looks extremely readable no matter what kind of light you kind of hit it with. The display has an ambient light sensor that can detect the brightness of the environment and kind of adjust itself accordingly. So basically, it's never really too bright or too dark, no matter what kind of room you're currently in. You're also getting that always on display with the Series 5, but that always on display is really just done the Apple way. So for the technical portion of it, Apple's basically using a new OLED, ultra low power, ultra low temperature, polysilicone, and oxidized display with updated pixel architecture that allows the screen to basically adjust the refresh rate all the way down from 60 Hz to as low as 1 Hz when the watch is inactive. So that's basically just saying that when you're in an inactive mode with the always on display, the watch doesn't just really show you the time, it actually shows you a dimmer, stripped down version of your watch face, and it does that to really just conserve power. But when you raise your hand, the watch basically comes to life and you're able to see your watch face in full colorful movement glory. But keep in mind that it is an always on display, which means it's always running, so it is going to eat at your battery a little bit. It's not going to kill the battery as some always on displays do. I found that this one takes about 10% off your actual battery life, which really isn't crazy because the battery life itself overall, I'm getting about 16 to 17 hours worth of battery life without the always on display on, but with the always on display on, you're getting about 15 hours worth of battery life, which is still not bad. Design wise, the watch actually looks and feels really great on your wrist, which is basically everything you want a watch to do. Look good when you're wearing it and feel good when you're wearing it. This watch covers those bases pretty well. And as where watches like the Fitbit Versa 2 felt like it was too light on your wrist, where when you're wearing it you felt you didn't have anything on your wrist at all, the Apple Watch actually has a pretty good weight to it, so you do feel like you're wearing a premium, nice, stylish watch that can basically pull off when you just want to look fly. It's going to work. But if you just want to look sporty enough to go to the gym, knock out some reps, it's going to pull that off pretty well as well. So now the Series 5 comes equipped with the S5 chip, but I really didn't see any kind of speed improvements over the S4 chip that was in the Series 4. Everything felt really fluid, it felt really clean, going in and out of menus, changing your watch faces, the watch animations. Everything worked perfectly. There wasn't any slowdown that I could kind of see, but there wasn't any kind of speed up from using the Apple Watch Series 4 as long as I did versus the Series 5. So the chip really didn't play a role in saying that this is more advanced technology than the Series 4. It was just that it worked as it was supposed to. Now, one of the arguably best parts about the Apple Watch is the ton of additional health features that the watch actually comes with and the different sensors that are baked directly into the watch to offer as much health information as possible. So when you have the Series 5, you have basically second generation optical heart rate sensor. And this basically just calculates the metrics of the calories that you're burning, your resting heart rate, your active heart rate, seeing if your heart rate is too high, if it's too low. And plus there's even a built-in electronic heart rate sensor for taking echocardiograms. And there are a ton of different stories that you can read in the media where these things actually end up saving people's lives. So I think it's a nice piece of tech to be incorporated into a healthy lifestyle to make sure that you are on the right track. So that's definitely a plus. And so basically a part of the experience of owning a smartwatch is the OS that it comes with. And even though you can actually get the watchOS 6 update on the Series 4, so it's not a differentiating factor, it is also just nice to see how it runs on the Series 5. And with the addition of the App Store to the Apple Watch OS is probably one of the biggest game changers that Apple's kind of offered recently. You no longer actually need your iPhone to have iPhone companion applications. You can download independent applications directly into your Apple Watch. This means that app developers really don't have to create an iOS specific app and then port it over or make it work with the Apple Watch. They can create Apple Watch apps specifically that run natively on the Apple Watch. One can only wonder or hope that this is a step in the direction that Apple's going to one day completely unchain the Apple Watch from the iPhone and give users the ability to set up the Apple Watch without an iPhone completely. And I think that would be an ultimate game changer, having this device as a standalone device with the option of linking it to the iPhone versus needing an iPhone in order to get an Apple Watch. That's truly something I think Apple should work on. So Apple, if you're listening, that's probably the next feature everybody wants. So let's get back to the question at hand. Does our verdict still stands? Is Apple Watch Series 4 the watch that you should definitely shoot for? Or is the Series 5, 8 months later, the quintessential definitive default watch you should purchase if you're looking for an Apple Watch? And it's a yes or no answer basically. So my basic analysis still stands. If you have an Apple Watch Series 1, 2, or even a Series 3 and you're looking to upgrade, the Series 5 is probably going to be your best bet because it's the newest piece of tech that's out. And with the pending release of the Series 6, this is definitely going to be the watch that's going to be the default watch when that one is released. But if you have a Series 4, it's still not time to upgrade yet. The Series 4 is still giving you the ability to do just about everything that the Series 5 does, with the addition of a couple of other features that the Series 5 is kind of throwing into the ring with the always on display and some of the other things it can do versus the Series 4. The value still just isn't there for you to shell out the big bucks to upgrade from the Series 4 to the Series 5. But if you're a new Apple Watch user or an upgrading Apple Watch user from Series 1 to 3, definitely check out the Series 5 because it's the best Apple Watch. It's the best smartwatch currently on the market. But guys, like I always like to do, I want to pass the question off to you. Do you have an Apple Watch Series 5 or Series 4? Are you planning on upgrading to an Apple Watch pretty soon? Which one are you looking to purchase? Do you see the value in the Series 5? Go ahead and share all those thoughts and comments in the comment section down below the video. And while you're down there, why not hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video, with that bell for notifications so you don't miss when we release some cool, helpful content like this one. And also drop us a thumbs up because it definitely does help the channel. Guys, I want to take a quick minute to thank everyone who subscribe and watch videos on this channel. We recently just crossed 8,000 subscribers, which is a fantastic, monumental milestone. I could never have imagined that number. It's such a huge number. Still so weird. But thanks so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, watching, commenting, all the things that you do to make this channel a success. I'm going to keep making these videos because I enjoy it, and hopefully you guys keep watching it because I enjoy that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching our videos. Check out some of the other videos we have on the channel here, and as always, make sure to stay safe, and until next time, peace out.